Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala ashrafil mursalin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you for inviting TrustAfrica and inviting me personally to participate in this inauguration ceremony of the Waqfeyat Misr Foundation. I would like to salute and pay tribute to Excellency the Minister Niviene El Kabbage, Minister of Social Solidarity of Egypt, and to Dr. Marwa Eldali, the founder and chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the Waqfeyat Misr Foundation, and to all the trustees of the foundation, to the director and all the distinguished guests present at this great ceremony. It is for me a great pleasure and a great honor to be joining you in this ceremony. I bring you greetings from TrustAfrica in Senegal, where I am speaking from. We are a Pan-African foundation that is into development, promoting good governance and African philanthropy, which is why we are particularly pleased and honored to be part of this ceremony inauguration of the Waqfeeyat Misr Foundation. It is a timely event. It is an event that is worth celebrating in our context. I think it's a historic event as Dr. Marwa Eldali has demonstrated in her book, Al-Waqf, Philanthropy, Endowments and Sustainable Development, which is an excellent book. We have rich histories of giving, of philanthropy, and of civic engagement in our societies. We have been standing with each other, supporting each other in ways that have been great and that have enabled us to be more resilient in the face of all the crises and challenges that our societies have been facing. And this is a history that goes back, hundreds of years ago, centuries and centuries of history. And it is therefore very, very important for that history to be harnessed, for those traditions of giving and philanthropy to be harnessed, to not only help us continue to face challenges, but also to support our development. And this is particularly important at a time when the world is going through different kinds of crises. We have the climate crisis. We are just hardly recovering from a major pandemic, COVID-19. And there are wars going on in different parts of the world. And what we see is how development aid has failed to bring adequate responses to our development challenges, to the problems of poverty, and to the need for transformation that we have been trying to address over the years. And when we see crisis occurring, we also see a change in the priorities of those who have been providing development aid. They tend to be looking more inwards. They tend to prioritize their own problems and their own issues. And we have seen this again and again. Therefore, it is important that we build institutions and we strengthen the infrastructure of philanthropy and have mechanisms that enable us to continue addressing our needs, supporting one another and scaling up the giving processes to be able to address the development challenges in a big way, which, in my understanding, is what this Waqfeeyat Misr Foundation will be doing. We are particularly pleased that this is happening. We are inspired, in fact, by this initiative because we ourselves have been involved in similar initiatives in the rest of the continent. TrustAfrica, together with a number of other organizations, Urgent Action Fund Africa, the Center for African Philanthropy and Social Investments in South Africa, the GERD Philanthropic Center in Cairo, and many others have been involved in conversations and in processes aimed at reimagining African philanthropies and feminist philanthropies on the continent. And the idea is also to create the conditions for philanthropy to be much stronger, for the ecosystem of philanthropy on our continent to be much stronger and more capable of addressing the needs of our societies, particularly the development needs. And that can happen only if we build institutions like this foundation that is being inaugurated today. We, in fact, are working towards building an endowment fund, a major Pan-African endowment fund that will be well-resourced. We are aiming at raising hundreds of millions of dollars in a couple of years so that we can support the development processes of our continent in the way we want the development to go, so that we don't have to depend on what is provided by development aid or by philanthropists who want to help in one way or the other, on a case-by-case basis. We want the support to come in a big way now so that we can intervene in our problems, in resolving our problems in the way we want that to happen on the continent. I therefore am particularly honored again one more time to be part of this process. I regret having to do this remotely. I wish I was with you in Cairo, but as fate would have it, we made plans and everything was done for me to be there. Unfortunately, some developments, unexpected, made it impossible for me to come to Cairo. But I'll make sure that in future events of the foundation, I'll be present in person and my foundation will be well represented in person. As an expression of the solidarity and the support that we share, Dr. Marwa El-Dali has been participating in these conversations I referred to and these processes. He was with us in Kenya several times, in South Africa and elsewhere, in the African Philanthropy Conferences we're organizing, and in this process of reimagining and reinventing African philanthropy. She is part of it. We are very proud to have her as a sister, as a friend, and as a colleague. And we are also saying that this initiative that this foundation being inaugurated, as an expression of our solidarity and our support of it, TrustAfrica will commit, for a start, symbolically, $15,000 towards the sustaining and the funding of this foundation. Now, we want to do more, and we will work towards doing more in the future. But this is just an expression of solidarity, a way of marking our support and making sure that it is on record that this is an initiative we are proud of, it's an initiative we are supporting, it's an initiative we find inspirational, and it's an initiative that we find timely. And therefore, I once again would like to thank everyone for your attention, and thank Marwa and thank the board members of the foundation and the director and the staff and all those who have been involved in organizing this great inauguration ceremony for making it possible for us to be part of it. Thank you for your attention. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Fi amanillah. We'll see you again.